Hey guys, it's another episode of Tombs and Tendrils. This is session 42. It's going to be a home session today. Just going to be me and Titus. Everybody else was kind of busy, which happens when you've got a bunch of people in college and married and whatever. My wife's working late today, so no Joss. That's okay. Um, yeah, so I don't know how long we're going to go. Probably like till 10:30. I'm just kidding. How long can you stay?
Forever.
Forever? Cool.
I'm moving
Yeah.
in.
So we're gonna roleplay a little bit. So Titus has been away from the group for a while now. I counted it a while back and I forgot. I think we're at like 8 sessions.
It's something like
It's up there. It's been a third of the year, I think,
that. Is it really
because it's
now?
been all of this year.
Jeez.
And I can't remember. I don't know what session that you guys were in the cloning vat area.
Yeah, it was probably like 36.
Session somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're back, and we're actually right on the cusp of Titus rejoining the group. And so last session, we did kind of a big recap because we had taken a month off, which was really stupid, and we all hated it. But we're back now, and what we're trying to do is essentially get Titus to a point where he can join back up with the group. And so this is going to be solo round
Yeah.
for a little bit. You want to? Actually, I'm kind of curious. So, just as far as last time went, with just your stuff,
Right.
what do you remember?
What I remember is Thaddeus and I escaped Loading Research Center. That we escaped the Peridot Research. Don't know where it's at or what's even really going on with it. This was starting to look into it back easily. Found a really cool armory and gave me a ton of stuff. We still haven't figured out exactly what's on that harness. But I'm not worried about that right now.
We do need to do that.
Then I took the opportunity to go talk to my sister and wake her up, despite Thaddeus being weird about it. And the initial meeting went poorly.
Pretty bad.
A little abrasive, and
You hit a wall.
Titus hit a wall.
That's fair. Yeah.
Really, I always remember. But after some talking and some calming down, got like weirdly existential there at the end. Titus' sister is definitely pretty aware of what's going on with her, but also fully might be crazy. But they're both a little messed up and everything.
Two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl.
And did we do anything after that? I think she finally agreed to leave. Thaddeus was just now starting to figure out where we were and how to get out. Where we left off.
About where we were. Cool. Well, I wanted to have Helena a little more prepared, but I've got the foundation down for what we're going to be working with. And I'm not really worried about gear because she doesn't have anything. So there's that. So you left her room so that she could kind of pull herself together and then join you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you're just out there with Thaddeus right now.
Yep.
And so Thaddeus, he's like, I think you expressed last session that you were just giving her some space for a little bit. And you guys were going to try to figure out how to get out.
Yeah, didn't we hear
Oh, yeah.
weird noises?
So what's going on in the facility is you guys are hearing this, like, pretty steady roaring sound. And occasionally these shutters are, like, going through this facility. And you're not really sure what's going on outside of it. And that's like the big scare factor right now. Is
Right.
like doors are locked. There's not enough power in the facility to activate the teleportatum again.
Right.
And so it's now a matter of escape.
Because
This facility has plot armor.
if I recall, nobody. This happened so many sessions ago. The research center was actually teleported away. Nobody knew that actually happened.
Only Taka.
We talking
She didn't tell anybody. So really, where are you?
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking right
Well, okay,
now. I
you
thought
know
this
what?
place was destroyed.
Actually, if we backtrack to when you first got on to Alvis's flotation barge, Thaddeus went through files when Alvis left, and Thaddeus was like, Peridot's here.
Right.
Well, so he was just mentioning like his assets. He's like, yeah, he's got this thing, and he's got this teleportatum, and it's like linked to this facility, and you remembered what it was.
Right.
Like, oh, that's here.
Because that's also how he felt.
Interesting.
Helena in the first place. He's alive.
I think your
Wasn't that
sister's there.
research
Yeah, because that was like a big cliffhanger for one of the sessions.
So, know that it's. Well, did we talk about the teleportatums? Are they able to go long distances, like between planets, or is it still a relatively close thing?
So that's where it's awesome. And 40K gives you awesome tools. I gotta discipline my cat here. Stop.
Oh man.
Got that. Not every day you smack your cat in the head with a flower. I don't know why he loves it so much. It's not even a real flower. It's like those fake ones you get at Walmart. My wife had to make centerpieces for my brother's wedding reception. Here, play with that. All right. Yeah, so 40K gives you these great tools to do whatever you want. So actually, teleportatum could technically, it could either be space to surface, it could be planet to moon, it could be planet to other planet in the solar system. I don't think they have the technology to just woof across the galaxy.
Right.
At least humanity doesn't.
Right.
So
Because that would make warp.
yeah, so they have what they're called webway gates for other alien races, and a webway gate is like Stargate. If you know what Stargate is, you know what a webway gate is.
But not the same. But I mean, I have like basic tech use stuff. I probably wouldn't even know. I'm just trying to figure like, what would Titus know? Would he know that it's even on the same planet? Would he know that this place?
He does know the facilities on the planet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to Thaddeus then.
All right. Yeah, you see him. He's sitting there, and he has this pile of gear that he's like looted out of this armory, and he's in the middle of putting on armor.
Like big armor like mine, or is it?
So it's what's called dragon scale armor, and it's a tech priest thing. It interfaces with his Potenticoil. And actually, I will just tell you, because it is in the Inquisitor's Handbook. Page something. Page 137. Dragon scale armor, arm, head, body, leg. So it's like power armor, but not power armor. It has an AP of 8.
Jeez.
Dragon scale, worn by warrior tech priests of the Magos Militant, designed for frontline duty. It's hand forged, so it's really light. It's 20 kilograms.
Third of what mine weighs.
Mm-hmm. And so the armor includes, well, okay, so it interfaces directly with the cybernetic body and draws its power from the Potenticoil, never needing to be recharged while worn.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. It includes a photovisor and a respirator, and in addition, it increases the wearer's strength by 10.
Nice. So it is
Yep.
tech priest power.
It's tech priest power armor. Yeah, and honestly, so I was thinking about it because Thaddeus at this point has been jacked up a lot. He gets owned. Every battle, pretty much, like he just gets whipped around. And he's kind of done. And so I was sitting here because Thaddeus with his jetpack and stuff. He needs to be able to fly, but he needs to be able to move and maneuver. And 20 kilograms, I think he can just fly around with that, and he's fine.
Yeah.
And the fact, like, I forgot that was in there, and I found it, and I was like, oh, it has AP8, because I was looking for something around AP4, because previously he had a body glove. Yeah, it was a Mechanicus Scott body glove with AP3 to body, arms, legs, so not even the head. And his ballistic circloth can still go over the dragon scale.
Yeah.
And since he's got the machine trait of 3, essentially you would have to beat a 12, and then his toughness, which is 4, so you'd have to beat 16 to wound him.
Pretty tanky boy.
Mm-hmm. Now he is. Which, honestly, once your character gets around rank 7, 6, you should be maxing out a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, what color is it?
Red. Mechanicus red.
Of course.
And he's got his teal-colored hair.
He's a nerd.
He is a nerd.
All right.
It's like a deep red, though, like kind of a maroon.
I dig it.
With, like, bright brass trim. That's what my Mechanicus army looks like in the other room.
All right. Have we gotten any closer to figuring out how to get out of here? Or have you just been putting on clothes?
So, I will say the two are interchangeable. Because we couldn't figure something out earlier, what I figured I would try to do is see if there was something in the armory. I found some kind of cool trinkets on the way. You want to know what he picked up, just so you have that, like,
sure.
you can have it in your brain.
Yeah.
So he got a targeter. Which apparently is $1,500.
Fair.
Gives him plus 10 to his ballistic skill. He got some stuff to craft vehicle interface circuitry.
Yeah.
Which he's going to try to use to integrate with the machine spirit of this facility to crack a door. I got the dragon scale armor. He found a graviton pulse launcher. Grav gun. So it shoots gravity. So he, like, let's say there's a hallway full of people and he's just like, whom. Like, everybody's like, boom, on the ceiling.
Right.
Like, just something funky because he's like, well, what can I do to break out of here? And then he hooked up a reclamator rifle, which is part of his cybernetics, kind of like the integrated weapon you have.
Bless you.
And he's gonna upgrade from bolt to plasma pistol for his concealed weapon.
Mm.
And that's just like on the pile of stuff. And then he's also got a he's working on another mechadendrite because right now he doesn't have any arm stuff except for his like servo claw thing. But that disguises itself like as part of his belt, like, and then it does.
He doesn't have any arms?
No, he has his regular arms.
Oh,
but like Tech Priest, you expect him to have multiple
right.
arms.
Yeah.
But being with the fabricator of the lathes, he's had it so you couldn't tell if he was Mechanicum or not. Yeah, he's a blend-in boy, and so now he's getting like a little arm like back here that kind of tucks up, so it looks like it's part of his jetpack. But then it'll activate, and he's figuring out what to do with that. It needs story advancement.
Fair. I dig it.
Yeah, I tried to keep it minimal. Oh, and he picked up another grenade launcher because
When was his stolen?
Alvis took it. Alvis took the gear. Like, it's all like, bye.
Okay.
Yeah. And seeker frags, he can craft those easy.
Cool.
So that's where his gear is at. Yeah. So
there any way for me to tell what could be causing the shuttering in the facility?
Thaddeus is like, well, from my time on Anvil, being around the mines and stuff like that. I mean, I'm from Akinor, which is the next planet over, essentially. This doesn't sound like seismic waves or anything from a mining drill or laser or anything like that. It's too steady. There's not pulsing to it. It almost sounds like we're just stuck in an avalanche. If you could kind of think about it, like it just has the treble pings and the bass tones that ring of humbling, essentially. But I know this facility's grav core is out because I was looking at that to try to link it to the teleportatum, and I wasn't getting anything. So I'm not really sure exactly, but it sounds similar to that. But I think if we were in space or something, like, we wouldn't be standing, and we're not actually like tumbling down a mountain because this thing has been here forever.
Right.
So it's got to be something else. I can't think of what.
Well, there's only one real way to find out. We just gotta try and get one of these doors open.
Yeah. I have a system program uploading. I found. So here's something weird. How long have you been on Anvil?
Several months.
Several months. And you were here before that? How long did you travel through warp space?
A couple weeks, I feel like it was.
Okay. Found some bodies in the med lab. There was this lady. Looked like she was some sort of caretaker person. And then there was a body that wasn't really usable. But the thing is, the decay level, it was as if she died yesterday. So, I hope this doesn't offend you too much, but Mechanicus, we make use of all the materials we can. So I'm going to make a servitor out of her.
Can I see her before you desecrate her body?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to go look at that body.
Let's go look at that body. All right, so yeah, you go in there. Some chick like in her late 50s, hunched back, looks like she's been a laborer for a while.
Do I recognize?
Yeah, so when you first went into this facility to rescue Alvis, she was the one who looked like she'd been damaged by that kind of like that wall that had collapsed and the rocks came in and she was like buried under one of them. Remember that? And then somebody tried to fix her and they ended up like cutting her leg off.
Vaguely remember.
Yeah.
Did I care about her?
No, you guys took her in there to see if you could save her, and no one could. Who tried? Somebody like, I think it might have been. It wasn't Taka. It wasn't Joss. It was like.
I don't think it was me.
Tanner went into the library. I think it was you. It might have been.
Maybe.
And then like one of the, or maybe, oh, you know what? It was two of the sororists. They were in there trying to save him, and like I rolled horribly, and she just she bled out.
And she hasn't aged at all. Like,
decayed.
She doesn't stink. And
I mean, she stinks like hours dead kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, you do whatever you're gonna do. How long is that gonna take you?
That'll be a couple hours, but I don't have to be part of it. Because there's already a couple servitors in here. There's two. So I'm just making another one and see if I can enhance their strength modules. Anything to get the door I just want out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If more servitors could help us even get the door open, that's fair too. I'm remembering properly. Deco came to me with this book way back when.
What is that?
The book the demony book, the chained up book.
Oh, you grabbed that. There's like no chain on it now.
Fair enough. Still mine. He showed this book to me back when we were here the first time. This book, don't look in this book.
Where was it?
Don't. It was in the library.
Do we need to go put it back? Like, what's in the library?
I don't know, but this book was in there. I'm not putting it back. This book's mine.
Oh, okay. What you can't read it either?
I don't want to.
Okay.
But if this was in the library, it might be worth just. Maybe there's something else that. Or maybe there's something else that we want to make sure.
You know what? I always have people roll intelligence tests. You know what? Go ahead, do a plus 30 intelligence test.
So I have the cybernetic thing you gave me way back when, which gives me the intelligence. And that's a doubling of my.
I'll just
success.
give it to you. It's fine.
But it's gonna be like 1 billion. Hold on. I succeed by like 60.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So what Thaddeus is calling the library is the vault.
Oh. Vault?
Yeah, it was a library of artifacts.
Is that locked away?
It's currently sealed like that. So remember the letter.
Right.
Alvis mentions the vault.
1 minute. Sure will take you to Paradox Station. Careful in your exploration of the station, for it contains many dangers. Keep them contained at all costs. Some things are better left in the dark.
So you chose the vault specifically as saying something that Thaddeus shouldn't go into.
Right.
I remember that last session because you were like, you can go anywhere, just don't go in the vault.
Right.
He was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Because you guys were like fighting.
Yeah. We do that sometimes. We go back and forth on being best friends and hating each other.
That's half the fun.
Alvis is being. But you know what? At the end of the day, I just want to.
That's fair. Cool. So as you guys are like looking at stuff, not in the library, but how'd round 2 go? How's she doing?
Collecting herself. Come with us. Table. Why were you worried about her? And what you read?
Why am I worried about her? Ooh. There are a lot of reasons. Well, we don't know how long she's been in cryosleep, so there's that factor. Her memory seemed to be in check.
Yeah.
Okay. Rare but good. Yeah, I don't know of really experiments or anything that were done on her or anything like that. I just don't trust Alvis. And the thing is, man, I think it's really good that you're reunited with your sister. It's awesome. The only reason why I spoke out earlier that I didn't think it was a good idea is because it's pretty obviously not a good idea. Just because we don't know what we're getting into. And honestly, it's great that you feel emotion. That's fine. It's a lesser way of life. The logic that I enjoy by having sacrificed those lesser portions of my brain really help clarify how to move forward for myself.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like I serve the Omnissiah ultimately, and I know you guys have the God Emperor, and that's great. That's fine. Messiah. and I know you disagree with me about Alvis and everything like that, but the thing is, as a factor of the Laves, I'm like a bridge to the people. Um, that's my schooling, and when it comes to heresy, whatever kind, like even tech heresy, I do my best to shun that out and destroy it. I firmly believe that Alvis is a heretic, um, and I plan on reporting him to the Fabricator Magos once we get to the surface. Um, I don't believe that an army of demon hosts is going to do anything good. Poking the devil has never helped anybody, and anyone who supports that, I mean, we have servitor factorums everywhere. Like, there's different levels of punishment for that.
Right.
I don't know what's going on with your sister. This isn't a threat against your sister at all or anything like that. I wish there would have been more time to run calculations. But the thing is, you and I both know this world's gone to hell. And it can't fall. Like, the Imperium needs this world. The forges that operate here, the output of support to the Astra Militarum is invaluable.
Losing this planet will mean a lot more. Suffer probably something even.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get why you're nervous too. I hope you know that I'm not supporting what Alvis is doing here.
Look.
Want him to have this book?
Oh.
I don't want anyone to have this book.
Can't we just light it on fire?
That's a horrible idea.
It really is. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it's just immediately like, oh.
Was that a face in the smoke? Was that 100 faces?
That was.
As the room smoke.
Now that I haven't been coming with faith in me, maybe I deserve trust. Maybe I deserve a little less trust. I am happy you're here. You know what you did was felt was right. Frustrates me. Then why you did it. Not wrong. What he's doing is not going to bring anything but more trouble. You've got to trust me that sometimes the best way to fix the issue is to get a little bit more involved.
So, what were you hoping to see? What were you hoping to see Alvis do or study or...
As of this moment, my goal is to undo everything us and plans to do. I think his approach is going to hurt more people, hurt our odds of success. In so doing, I need him to show me exactly how he, so that I can effectively plan on using them. I'm not that crazy. I'm pretty crazy. I'm not that crazy. So,
can I let you in on a secret? Have you trust me? Scrutiny. I do want to see if you're lying.
Probably.
Are you lying?
With anything. It's his whole job to lie.
I don't have a +10.
I have deceive +10.
Okay, so this is perception. So I gotta pass, which I don't. But I will fate point that.
Okay.
Because that's important to him. Okay, so I did crit 3.
Okay.
And then now you do your deceive test if you are lying.
Okay. I rolled 29.
Really pass.
So I passed by like 3 degrees.
Okay. I think that is counting as an opposed test. So I think he knows.
He got a crit 3. He's
Yeah, it's like, so he's going to be like...
He's doing all of his little prophesy crap, like, what are the odds of Titus is lying?
Okay. And then it's okay. So because Thaddeus is increasingly becoming more serious as a character and not... he, like, jokes around, but in a different way. Yeah. So he's going to be like, well, I know you're lying, but that's okay. I'm going to tell you anyway. It's mechadendrite. He, like, pulls this, like, arm mechanism thing out. He shows it to you. And you look at it, and he's got these different runes that he's inscribing on it. And he's like, he tells you, I have been through all of Alvis's archives. I did a mass scan on his whole facility.
Even the stuff in the vault?
Not this facility, his barge.
Okay.
And so as far as the research that's going on up there, much of it's digitalized. And so what I'm doing is the mechadendrite that I am installing is called Heretic Infusion mechadendrite. So I can do two things with it. I can integrate with corrupted machine spirits, and through that, destroy and remove. So cybernetics that are corrupt or evil, stuff like that, I can eliminate.
Good.
And so that's the route that I'm trying to take.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate that. Probably won't help us much with actual.
That's the hard part too, because I was analyzing what I saw before sedating him. He does have tech infused in some of those bodies, but it's not a constant. It seems like it doesn't really matter what happened to the body prior to the hosting.
Right.
I mean, for all we know, he has your body prepared for that.
Well, thanks for putting that horrifying thought in my brain.
I mean, you have the psykinetics to diffuse your psychic powers, which I guess he shut that down. Like, what do we know that is? Like, are you going to grow wings and horns?
Wouldn't that be weird? Yeah, I honestly don't. The last thing I know about in this world is me. So, your guess is as good as mine.
Well, I grabbed some stuff from his barge, and I wanted to... So weird, man. Internet people, you can't see this, but we have a water bowl for our cats. It's like a fountain, so it dumps fresh water in there. We're not trying to be like new age hipsters or anything. Our cats are just really picky a-holes, and they like fresh water. And Chip, our black cat, he literally drinks out of this thing backwards. And so you've got this fountain, like a water fountain. Imagine that little protective nozzle. He puts his head over it this way to drink, and so then his whole front just gets soaked, and he sits there looking like an idiot. And he didn't used to, like, we got it initially, and he drank normal. He developed that. Like,
something in his brain went, this works better.
Well, when cats drink, their tongue curls back underneath, and then they pull water up. And I think that the running into his tongue, he might like...
do, like, less work.
Stupid. You're stupid. And you should feel bad.
But you're very cute.
Now he's going to come over here. Come down. Alright.
You grab some things.
Here you go, internet people. This is... Oh my gosh, you're soaked. Go away. That's my dumb cat. Okay, so yeah. So these servo skulls, these are Archotech ones, similar to Shepard. Which I did snag him, by the way, but I deactivated him.
Probably for the best.
I want to figure that out because the VI in there or the AI, whatever he's got, was helpful.
Yeah.
So the first skull that I have found, well, we already know that he was storing your memories, both real and fabricated, in servo skulls. And I think I found an original memory.
Of mine.
And it deals with the conflict that made your original persona turn a more heretical route. And that was like represented by the destruction of your home world. So I think, because while you were under, I did do brain scans and stuff. It looks like the fabricated memory that you have is one where you wiped souls off of a planet.
That's not real.
So you were standing in a ship bay and you linked to this weapon and just darkened a world.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So that was actually an act of heretical instability of refusing to let go. So you destroyed the planet in hopes of keeping its secrets away from chaos so that the fabricators would, like the secrets that created you, wouldn't fall to chaos. And it was sometime during that war that the Eye of Terror exploded. I think you remember that in your lifetime. Caused the Great Rift.
Right.
So your homeworld was about to fall into that planet, is what I've gotten from this skull. Or your homeworld was about to fall into the Great Rift, not that planet.
Right.
And so there was a battle of chaos, but you were part of the force that destroyed the planet. But there was an unattended side effect, and that was that those souls were now in the power and influence of chaos, being close to the Eye of Terror.
Yeah.
And so that was when you used that weapon and chose to consume them.
Rather than let them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and...
So, what you're telling me is, instead of killing millions and millions of people for some power-oriented reason, I saved them, in a sense?
No, you killed them.
Well, I mean, like, but their souls are still pure.
Yeah.
Then they're with me.
And then...
So...
Yeah, so you've got all that rolling around inside of you. And there is like, I mean, you feel the anguish that they're in. It's an unnatural bond. Chaos influenced it, so as far as like the negative energy that you feel, still real.
Yeah.
But that memory was fabricated a little bit, and I'm not sure why Alvis chose to go that route. Maybe it was to push you or something, but the reason why I chose this skull in particular is because everything that I have seen of you as you have learned new memories, you're a constant. You don't crave power, you crave a solution and peace. And that's something that I've seen through at least your behavior fluctuations while on Anvil in my company. And it's only been a month or so, but you don't seem like a power-hungry type.
No.
So this could be fabricated. I don't know. And it's in an Archotech skull, and those are a little more valuable, so it tells me that Alice was keeping this around for something.
I don't know why he would do that. Then again, I don't know why he would do most of the things he's done.
Mm-hmm. And so the second skull that I found dealt with like research that you were working on at your darkest.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's what Alvis thinks that you need to finish. But it does seem to be an amplification of what Alvis is currently doing. And so essentially it's moving on from gathering souls within you for power to commanding power itself and essentially taking his demon host process and using that for mass possession of a population.
He wants to try and make demon hosts out of millions of people at once.
Mm-hmm.
kidding.
And so here's why I sedated him.
Because he wants to make millions of demon hosts.
That, but like he already had thousands on that station.
Right.
But he was doing those like one at a time or two at a time, and then he had like a ton of clones of you.
Right.
But this is so much faster and horrible.
Right. He can turn a whole planet into pseudo demons.
Chip, you are the worst kind of autistic.
Oh no. He's doing his best.
It makes me want to swim headfirst into a boat motor.
Oh jeez. Yeah. That's worse than I thought. Look, I didn't want. You've been honest with me. I think you and I can both agree that Alvis needs to be stopped. I've thought that for a while now, but get over here. Get over here. I'm going to pull up the message.
I thought you burned it.
No, I just tucked it away.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe that was me just interpreting.
No. I'm going to trust you because you've trusted me.
Okay. You're making me nervous.
And I'm going to give him a note.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he wants me dead. Well, I knew that already.
None of this should be a surprise except for maybe a couple details there at the end.
Blackstone, huh?
And also, he said that it doesn't matter if we stop him. That process anything in your brain. Is it possible that he has already put into effect some way to do his demon host eating over a mass population?
I'm gonna do a Forbidden Lore Archotech test and then a Forbidden Lore Inquisition test. Oh gosh. I passed the Archotech test. Failed the Inquisition test, which I guess makes sense because he wouldn't know much that deep.
Right.
I will do a Logis Prophesy test. And I crit.
Yes.
So it was barely not a crit.
Mm.
He's like, the only thing, you're so stupid. The only thing that I could think of for death not mattering, well, there's a couple things. Does he have does he have an assistant or somebody who's helped him get to where he is?
Visitor. Are you implying like me? Or maybe my sister?
You haven't really played an assistant role since I've known you.
No, I haven't.
Do you feel close to him?
No, not really.
I mean, it sounded like he was kind of grooming you that way. I know he has other acolyte teams, like you guys are the backhand of judgment, and then there's the hand of retribution, which is the sororitas.
Yeah, Cascade may be the closest person, but she wouldn't be involved in
Is she
this.
still his favorite? I've never trusted the sororitas.
I don't like them either. But
They're too holy.
well, exactly.
But it's not in a
This wouldn't.
spiritual way. It's in a I'll kill you for not being spiritual way.
That's also true, but they wouldn't be okay with demons.
So the third idea, or the second, for death to not be able to stop him would be some kind of a ritual or a counter, like a countdown.
Like it'll just happen one way or another.
Yeah, like he might have put something into motion.
How would he manage to maintain control over the demons if he died, though? Would my forbidden lore over demon hosts help me know that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Sick.
Do a test.
I'm ready. Okay, that's still an intelligence test, thank goodness. Oh, we're gonna use a fate point on that 93. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Passed by like a billion.
Perfect. So, if a person who's created a demon host becomes too weak to control said demon host, the demon host will turn on the master.
Right.
And I'm just giving you that information because you did really well on your test. But a demon, first off, they want to be in reality.
Right.
They want to wreak havoc. They want to possess you.
Right.
A demon host is not someone who's possessed. A demon host is a body, a dead one, or a living one that has shoved the spirit occupant out. So like your soul, just yanked that and put a demon in it. And it is not fun for them. It is like when you put your cat in the kennel. Like
they're mad.
They're very mad, and so what they will essentially do is wreak havoc and just do total revenge mode until the environment, the situation, the organization, like whatever allowed them to happen that way is going to get punished until they're dead and released.
How would they get released from?
Killed.
Just killed.
Because the demon will never die. It just gets dispersed for a little bit. And sometimes, like, there's even, like, because there's different levels to a demon host. So if you have an unbound demon host, they can kind of do relatively what they want. Unbounds are really dangerous.
Right.
Then you have once bound, twice, and thrice bound.
Right.
And if you have a demon host that has been bound 3 times, they're the most obedient, they're the least powerful.
Right.
But you get an unbound, there's like even a chance that you kill that thing, a demon just comes out of it.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Like, demon host kills its master. Does it just become an unbound demon host at that point? Just kind of like free to do whatever it feels like, and then potentially just be a demon?
I think the bindings have to slowly be broken. And the thing is, if someone else comes along who didn't create it, but knows how to control the demon host, like they can be placed under new masters.
Right.
There's a demon host that Inquisitor Eisenhorn. So Inquisitor Eisenhorn essentially got this demon pissed off at him. And so it was just like following around wreaking havoc.
Right.
And then he put that into a demon host and was like, nope, you're stuck. You're with me now.
Uh-huh.
And so then they did their thing. And then like the demon host ended up dying and released the demon. And he like did it again. Like that demon host, like it's his twice.
Right.
And he's such a bad A. Like the Eisenhorn series. If you want a good book.
I've been meaning to read the series anyways. But so maybe he has some kind of countdown or ritual where it's just going to kick off. He would lose control over him still at the end of the day. Or would he be able to like tell them what to do after he's dead? Also, would it be so weird that he might have like cloned himself at this point? Would that even work?
He is really self-absorbed.
This is true. I just don't even know. I don't know enough about souls or any of this garbage. I just don't know.
So what do we know? Because in the letter he mentioned continuing on to the Blackstone.
Right.
Did he give you guys any intel on that? Because it sounds like just a really vague rabbit chase.
Blackstone.
Or rat race, or I don't know.
Where was that part at? Near the end of the letter.
It's at the very bottom.
Move forward with the mission, investigate the ruins of Blackstone. Right.
Because there was that pulse of energy, and I think he just wants to find that out.
There was something deep underground based on something some of the soldiers found with the sisters.
No, they found the top of it.
Right.
Deep underground, they found the tippy top.
Right. And they're going further down, find out more.
Because the pulse came from like the center of the world.
Right. So, Eve that plays carries the answer to the chaos that surrounds us. Find the heart and cut it out. It's interesting.
You want to like shut down or something? I mean, the pulse. Well, so okay, the Mechanicus, like we studied it. We studied the Blackstone and all that. And
You studied it at the big old ship way back when.
Yeah.
As well.
And the thing that we found, we thought was more Xeno, really, like, or at least Xeno crafted. Like, we don't know what the material is. We don't know what element that is, or chemical compound, like whatever it is. We don't know. But the divide, like, because that orb thing, it just was like, it's got to be Xeno in origin.
Well,
but it doesn't seem like it's bladed cog or gene stealer cult stuff because they're dumb, but they're smart dumb.
This is true. Smart dumb. Honestly, they aren't my biggest concern right now. I have a good idea of what's going on with them, and they're a problem, but Alvis is a bigger problem in my mind. Figuring this out is a bigger problem in my mind because Alvis thinks it's a big deal.
Well, the thing that sucks is Alvis is in a really good spot. His heresy is flourishing, and I believe that that's because with the situation in the world and what we're surrounded with, he has been allowed the platform to just run wild. And it sounded like because Peridot, that station was underground?
Yeah.
Or something, yeah, so he's like hiding stuff there, like was that more secret? Because he's got a barge now, man, like in order to get airspace from the Mechanicus government and stuff just to free float over the waste like that, that's a big deal. He's got high connections.
Right.
And the thing about the Mechanicus, dude, we're nosy.
Yeah.
We like to know. We never delete any information.
He's managed to, keep them at bay completely? How's that even possible?
I don't know. And he came here with Kaios. Was he on good terms with him? Because I know House Carlisle's trying to take over everything.
Oh, I know. We barely handled any of that. Yeah, he was on relatively good terms with Kaios. We were supposed to help him out, but they died or whatever. We never even cared about that. House Carlisle was taking them over, and we believe that there's a good chance that House Carlisle is attached to the Blade Cog, and that's its own issue.
Was Thaddeus around when you guys found that politician dead in his office?
He was not there, but he was in the group.
He was in the group, so you guys did talk about all that?
We did, yeah.
Okay, cool. So he'll bring that up. He's like, well, let's see, Alvis has sent the Hand of Retribution to deal with the politicians. And everything that we know about what Cascade's team was going through was it was a struggle to get anywhere with diplomatics. And he didn't have the facility until after Daddy Kaios was hung. Or not hung, because he died on Peridot, but his son Isaiah was hung. Then, out of nowhere, he just was like, oh, I've got this new facility.
Do you think that it's possible that Alvis could have been orchestrating the downfall of House Kaios for his sake?
I have no idea. But all I'm saying,
it would make sense.
We
saw the Knights at his facility.
Dude, Kaios landed. So from what I've talked about with other members of the team, and even the stinking sororitas, Kaios was ambushed, the moment they arrived.
Yeah. What it sounds like.
Are you familiar with warp travel? It's not constant.
Right.
It's like a third of the time you're going to get there when you say you're going to get there.
Right. Right. That seems very...
Do an intelligence test.
Ah! passed by 2 degrees. Well, 4 degrees because of the crazy thing.
So, I reviewed this recently. The trip was supposed to take 2 weeks, and it took a month.
What does that mean? At the end of the day, is
I
there
don't
any
know.
way to?
And I mean, you guys were above, like, and you had to go through the shipyards and stuff, so there was a process there.
Right.
But I'm just letting your character piece it together if he wants, or piece it together how he wants.
There's no way for people to send messages quicker than warp travel, though.
Well, if you have an astropath, but the problem is once you're in the warp with the Geller field, you're not gonna send and receive messages. To my understanding, I'm not a psyker. But Geller fields hinder all warp anything in and out. That's how demons are warded off.
Right.
It makes sense.
Oh, what garbage. Well, the good news is we have friends who know more about these types of topics than us. We have a psyker friend. He probably would know more about warped messages and astropaths and all that kind of crap because I don't have any of that sort of
You
anymore.
got your sister up there too.
She's been trapped away for so long. I don't want to throw too much at her. You think she'll be okay with it?
So that third skull that I found.
There's more?
There's more.
Okay.
Yeah, I only found 3. So that deal with some of like it was info on her studies and reactions to studies. Seems like Alvis just tried to get her as much like reading material and everything as he could, and then they did. What like I don't know. There seemed to be some sort of process about amplifying her psychic abilities,
Right.
which you already knew. But the thing is, just from what I read and comprehended, she needs a source of good around her. It seems like she's really easily corruptible. I think if you want her to succeed, well, so her back history was always that she looked up to you. And so if you can be a source of good for her, I'm sure she'll succeed better. But I mean, if you, and you're still figuring out who you are, like the mind cleansing has been really horrible. I can't imagine one more than 30. You could both end up spiraling.
It's happened a little.
Mm-hmm. And the only thing that I do know is there was one mind cleansing, I think, that happened with Helena. Just one, and it didn't wipe everything. And I don't know if there was replacements.
Right.
I didn't get that far. These skulls are damaged.
Right.
They're old. You both are like 200 years old.
This is a weird jump, and maybe this is more of a lore question than anything else, but like astropaths, I'm assuming, are some of the more powerful psychers just in this universe.
Oh my gosh, dude, if you go from Dark Heresy to Rogue Trader. So here's the thing. With Dark Heresy, you have like 5 different disciplines, and you can do like, boo, whatever.
Right.
But like, Rogue Trader focuses it in. You get 3.
Yeah.
Telekinetics, telepathy, and divination. And that's it.
I'm just wondering, they're amplifying her psychic powers. Maybe it's for demon reasons. I don't know.
Like to ward off demons?
Sure, control demons. Maybe she's going to be what is used to do that. Just an idea.
You guys hear the sound of a big door moving outside this medical facility.
Who's that?
Yeah, did you just look at Thaddeus and who's there? What's that?
I'll go check it out.
Alright, yeah, he follows you. Looks like Helena is just wandering around the station, just taking it in, kind of absorbing all that she can. And right now she stands in front of like the open vault, and she's gone in. She pulls this elegant looking sword off of a shelf and just twirls it around a little bit, and she's not talking to you guys or anything. She's like, I like you. I'm gonna name you Elegance or I don't know what she names, but
Just out of curiosity, does she look like she knows what she's doing with that sword at all, or is she just waiting around like a child?
Yep.
Waiting around like a child.
Well, yep.
Okay.
A little bit, but more having fun. Childlike.
Yeah, maybe hold on to that. Hey, Helena, what you doing?
She's like,
And also,
what? What's up?
it's my sword. Can I see it real quick?
You have a sword.
I don't have a sword.
Well, you could. There's a lot.
Can I see your sword?
Can I have it? It's a rapier. It's fast.
That's real cool. I'm really good with swords. I can show you something cool with it.
Like, she like hands it to you.
Is it just like a normal sword? Oh wait, I got evaluate. Can I evaluate it? Is it a cool sword?
You can use your evaluate skill on it.
Sick. Oh, I super failed.
So you're brute force melee weapon based. You're like
I'm gonna
inexperienced
break
with
this
sword.
thing.
To you, it's like, oh, that's a fancy toothpick.
Yeah.
Like, whoops.
But it's not a power sword. Like I'd be able to tell that much. Fair enough. I did roll an 85.
Yeah, you don't know.
Like, she can't hurt anyone with this. Look at it. It's tiny. Okay.
You just, that's like you just threw it on the
Yeah.
ground. You can't hurt anything with this. Get that out.
And I will turn to Thaddeus and be like, we're on the same team here. I didn't want you to be in here, but I think it's time for us to take a look at this place and doors open. And you know what? Maybe you can help us? Or maybe that's a horrible idea, but it's more interesting that she helps us.
Well, he stands there and he's like looking at her and he's like, well,
She's already been reading a ton. She's probably read half. Wait, have you read any of these books in here? Have you been here?
he's like, I've never seen this room.
Those are read.
All
Trying to
right.
say with a sword. Go read.
She like tucks the sword into her little cryo body glove that she's still got on.
Sure.
And goes off and Thaddeus just leans over and he's like, you know she's barefoot. You know, feet are weird. I like metal
You don't like feet?
Like metal feet. No shoes. We talked.
I don't have like any normal limbs anymore, do I?
You have like one good one, right?
I have one good arm, I think.
Yeah.
And then, well, it looks like a real arm, but it's got metal all in it. And new legs. I'm not even human at this point.
Not really.
No, I'm not.
No.
Let's. Okay. You should start the servitor process if you haven't already.
Oh, it's gone.
Okay, good. While that's doing its thing, we should check this place out. Then when it's ready, let's get all the servitors together. Let's get everything we feel like we need. Let's just break down the door. That's just about where I'm at this point.
Okay. I've got this this gravitron thing, so have fun with that too.
Do you want to check out the vault with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We gotta be honest with each other.
Okay.
We're gonna show each other stuff. We're gonna talk about it.
We're just gonna stick together.
Okay, you promise?
Yeah. You like turn around. Helena's gone.
I don't care about her. She'll figure it out. Oh, I'll scream out to her. Hey, Lena! Tell us if you find anything cool, okay?
It's all cool.
Maybe we should follow her and see what we find.
Gonna be in here a while. You feel the stage.
Maybe we shouldn't take that. All right, I want to. I don't know what to look for. Can I just do a search test and specifically keep an eye out for more demon-oriented junk?
Do a search test.
Okay, I do have search plus 20. Maybe I can literally hit the number. I rolled a 57, and my perception is 37 plus 20.
Okay.
So, not super great, but...
In this part of the vault, no. There's just a lot of odd trinkets. A lot of them seem old. Thaddeus isn't showing like a ton of interest in everything. There's like, I don't know, he sees like some mechanical things that might be good for that mechadendrite he's working on, and it looked like some sort of weird occult thing, and you're just like, oh, okay. It registered on your little demon scale. Um, yeah, you guys are going on. Like, there's different sets of armor in here. Odd little trinkets, like paperweight objects that you'd find. A lot of it looks really old. Some of it looks strange. Um, at one point, you find like some weird liquidy substance that's floating.
What is that? Jeez. Oh, this is super weird, but I just barely got this one a couple sessions ago. I got Forbidden Lore, or Scholastic Lore, Chemistry.
Mm.
Would that tell me anything about this?
You could try.
Sure, why not? Just because that's weirdly specific. I really failed that. That's so lame. I failed it.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, that's weird.
Alright, never mind. I'm just trying to find cool stuff. This is like Magic Secret Vault of Ancient Horrors.
Well, the armory is like the next room over kind of thing. But you guys get towards the back, and there's like Helena's just back there standing looking at something, and there's like this glass wall filled with like some green bubbling liquid thing going on.
I'll go sit next to her. Like, Masa, I'll go to her, and I'll say, do you recognize any of this from what do you read? You've been reading a lot. What kind of stuff do you read about?
So you're standing in front of that tank full of liquid.
Yeah.
And she's just staring. There's like some person floating in the water.
Oh, gross.
And they have a third eye. And it's just open, and they're just like looking at her, and she's just like zoned in, like locked in.
Does it look like a normal human besides the third eye?
Old.
Thaddeus, do you know anything about this creepy old dude?
Yeah, that's a navigator.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah. It looks dead.
Guys. Open, they're staring at each other.
Yeah, it looks dead. Helena's like, he's not.
Is there like a console nearby? Can we just like open it up? Great. Well, Helena, can you talk to him? Do you have? We saw someone
No, he's
else
just screaming.
Just screaming, not words, just screaming into the void with his eyeball.
Well, not just him, but there's a lot of them.
In him?
Yeah, I think so.
Nightmares are weird. We let him out?
Thaddeus is like, no. No.
He's a navigator. Those are big deals, right? Maybe?
They're really rare.
Like, worth money rare?
I mean, everything in here is probably priceless.
Put it that way. Pocket and stuff. Conflicted.
Oh,
I'm just feeling a little impulsive today.
it's all good.
I just want to, like, break it.
Feel another shutter go through the station.
Why shouldn't we let him out? He's dead.
Thaddeus is like, well, he's dead. And she just said he's screaming. Both of those are just not happy things.
Fine.
If you feel like breaking it, I will be on the other side of the station.
Don't even know what we do with it. Damn. Dead. Whatever. Let's go. I'm bored.
Cool.
You think we should just like destroy this place?
The whole station?
No, like this room in particular.
I think we might need the teleportatum again.
Alright, well let's figure out how to get out of this place first.
Maybe we should just seal this back up.
Yeah. Alright. So you know we're leaving?
She's over on another aisle. And she
cart.
she found like some fancy looking robes.
You can keep those, I don't care, but it's time to go.
Okay. She's like trying to figure out the thing with the sword, doing an awareness test.
Okay. I barely passed.
Cool, yeah, you look over her shoulder, navigator's gone.
Oh no. Oh no. There he is. He's gone. The guy with the eyeball, the dead eyeball guy's gone.
Oh man, we should seal this room like right now.
He wasn't dead, you lied.
He's dead.
He's just running, he's walking around.
Yeah.
Okay, let's leave. I'm gonna go to Helene and be like, hey, it's time to go now. We're leaving.
She's good.
We're hurrying.
Yeah, you guys get to the end of the vault by the exit.
Yeah.
And you like look over your shoulder and you think you see the navigator standing like on the other side of the glass.
Yeah.
Looking at you guys. And you just like it was at a glance so you like turned back to look for real and it looks like he's just in there floating dead.
Hey, this is a mistake. Let's close this all up. We'll come back maybe never. Lock the door. Close the
Alright, so you guys close the door and Thaddeus is like, I can't get the lock to seal back up.
I don't have anything good. Oh, wait! I think on my harness it said that it had a las tool.
A las
thing.
cutter.
Can I, like,
Just weld it
just.
shut.
I probably wouldn't hold against him, but I'll weld it anyways because it'll make me feel better.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even know what kind of roll that'd be. Like a tech use test?
Yes, actually.
Alright, I passed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you weld it.
That'll do.
That'll do.
I feel good about this. I thought
It was okay.
like it was enjoyable.
Yeah. It's all good.
Let's leave.
Cool. All right.
All right. Let's go to what we think is the main entrance of the facility.
I'm going to backtrack a little bit and just say that Helena was messing with something on the shelf, and that was what happened right there. But then when you were sealing it, she went to the armory and pulled out those robes because I don't want you to think there's anything like
Fair enough. Got some cool robes.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Thaddeus is like, I am going to go work on that door.
Okay.
And he just
I'm gonna go get Helena and be like, we should wait with Thaddeus. This place is spooky, you know? Don't run off by yourself anymore, okay? I'm doing this to her not because I think she's a small child, but because I'm a giant armor.
She's like, so are you new Titus or old Titus?
Dude, I don't know at this point. Doesn't matter.
I think so.
Well, which Titus do you want me to be?
You.
Done. Am as me as I will ever be again, and as I ever have been.
What do you want to do?
You don't ask people those kind of questions. In a weird headspace. What I want to do, I want to leave this place, find my friends, kill Alvis, save the world, and I don't know, find somewhere nice. What more do I need? I am mostly lying about the last part, though.
Find a place?
Yeah. There is no place.
That's fair. I was sitting here like, odd for Titus.
There is no such thing. That is him being sarcastic.
Or maybe
Jerk.
a better older brother.
Sure, we can do that.
How old are you?
I think I'm 30.
30? Okay, I had your sister pegged at like 23 or 24.
I'm not sure what my kid is. Maybe he was younger than that, but he was in his late 20s or 30s.
Okay.
But what do you want to do?
Whatever you want to do.
All right, fair answer. This is a long shot, but do you remember any of the stuff that Alvis was doing with you as far as your second powers specifically? Like, what was he teaching you to do? What was
He says I'm really strong.
You are very strong. You nearly knocked me right off my feet. That was very impressive. Like, I got cat hair on my face. Gah! So cute, though. You're very strong. I don't know. You have, like, telekinetic powers. Can you, like, talk to me with your brain? I saw that.
Yeah, she like, her mouth is shut and she's just like, yeah, of course. You have a lot of thoughts.
Yep. That wasn't an invitation. I was just curious.
Do a willpower test.
Oh, failure. Failure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you didn't shut her out.
There's a lot of stuff that I want to do. Do you know what Alvis is up to, by the way, or do you want me to clue you in on some of the stuff that
He said he would tell me when it was important.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you realize this, but Alvis is a bad guy.
That's not what he said.
Yeah, well, most bad guys don't think they're bad guys. It works.
He used to get angry a lot.
About what?
I couldn't do something.
What did he try to get you to do?
Lots of things.
Like what?
Like reach into people's minds.
Oh.
Or think really far. Or move things.
Think really far. Can you talk to people from a long distance?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Can you communicate with people really far away?
Yeah, I guess. He seemed impressed a lot of times with that. Didn't seem far from me.
How far was it?
I don't know.
Weird. I don't know where to go with that. I have a friend that I'd like you to talk to later. He might know more about this stuff. But I can do some things, but not very well.
You can't do anything.
Sure I can.
You're not mad about it.
Yeah.
What can you do?
I can set my hand on fire.
Oh, wow.
Can you do that?
No.
I'm going to have to try and do it now. And I'm going to try and do the little flame second power. Alright.
You know, more perils on the warp.
Yep. So it's going to be... Where is my psychic power list? There it is. Torch! I have to get a 5. Yeah. Wow. It's plus your willpower bonus, right?
Yeah.
I literally got a 5. I roll a 2 plus 3.
That is really bad.
I can do things, and I make a little fireball.
And she leans over and blows it out. And just laughs. Your fire's funny.
Really hard for me to do. I tried really hard. I didn't even know you could just blow it out like that. Crazy.
What were you supposed to do with it?
I don't actually know. I mostly just do it to scare my friends. They get really nervous whenever I do it. My one friend, his name's Deco. He loses his mind whenever I do it.
Is it because you have a lot of people inside of you?
I don't know if he's actually ever said that, but that's probably why. Yeah.
Does he know you know?
Yes. Yes. They. I don't know what I know they know. I don't know. You're going to have to learn from me. The answer is usually going to be I don't know. The good news is I don't have to lie about that. I just don't know. But he sure doesn't like it, which makes it really funny to do. Well, I'm curious to see what else you can do. And when we leave here, I want you to be really careful, okay? I don't know why I'm talking to you like a 12-year-old. Kind of act like a 12-year-old though.
Not very nice.
But it's true. Well, wait, you look relatively young still, right? Like she looks like she's in her 20s. Just she has the white hair, her eyes. But are you actually really old too?
I don't know.
I'm old apparently. Learned that a little while back. Like an old man. That means you must be like an old lady.
Do an intelligence test. Plus 30.
At best.
Okay. So, you guys were much closer in age. You were like 3 years apart.
Yeah.
Now it feels like you're around 8 years apart. So the cryo time has been different. But, like, because you were in and out quite a bit.
Yeah.
Sounds like she was just left in it.
Just sitting in it.
Because, like, she doesn't even remember the tests and stuff that were going on.
Right.
Because she's just been asleep for so long. Like, so Alvis must have concluded whatever he was going to do or deemed it unnecessary. And, like, you kind of get the vibes that,
Just to use
like,
her.
because he's got the vault and stuff, he just has a lot of things and he'll experiment and then he won't. And
right.
whatever else.
She's a test subject. That's all she is.
And she referenced Alvis getting angry and stuff like that. And in your memory of him, whether real or fabricated, the only times he really got angry was when he was younger.
Right. He never really got angry once he was in charge. He mostly got angry when
Before
I was in charge, or when I thought I was in charge. That's even real.
Ooh, maybe he had her and was doing experiments while you were still his Inquisitor. That'd be insulting.
Well, maybe it was my fault because I was the one that took her in to begin with to do stuff. Maybe he just took advantage of that and started doing his own stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, you still have the memory of essentially not sacrificing her, but to further the research.
Right. Do you remember me bringing you here?
You didn't bring me here.
Well, do you remember me bringing you somewhere? Do you remember what I did to you?
Yeah.
I don't.
He used to be really angry.
That hasn't changed very much.
I remember we got into some arguments. We argued a lot more after our parents died. But, or not our parents, but our caretakers. They didn't have parents.
Right.
But, yeah, after they passed, we were a lot angrier. And then you put me in that school.
Put you in a school.
Yeah, Alice was the teacher. One of them.
What kind of school was it? Just a school? Just elementary school?
That's where I learned how to push things and make doors.
Oh! So I know Deco, and Deco has to have like an Imperial insignia for being a proper psyker. Does she have anything like that on her?
You don't know.
Sure.
Sure. I will say this. She looks flawless in every way.
Anything. I don't know. Just hope you know.
Well, and you know about her mysterious lineage.
But I don't know it.
That's true.
Don't know much about you at all, honestly, at the end of the day. Frankly, I don't even know why you matter so much to me. For your family. Maybe you matter more because it's the only thing that Alvis decided to leave in my brain.
Maybe you have so many bad memories you can't remember the good ones.
Did we have good memories?
I think so.
Like what? We're just killing time until Thaddeus is ready to go at this
Mm-hmm.
point.
Yeah, no, she references some childhood stuff. There was a big hive spire on your homeworld. Your homeworld had a lot of spires. Um, Giant hives that poked out of the ground, and there were thousands of them. The horizon was spires, and you guys had a pretty large, not spire, because thousands, like millions of people live in each spire, but just like you had like a whole floor, and that was a big deal, and it was near the top.
Yeah.
So you guys were from one of the richest families. You know, the planet was one that was studying genetics and medicine that way to reduce risk of disease and imperfections. And your house has been one that was pretty successful. And your caretakers always called you guys their perfect babies. And she mentions the like you guys never went to school, but you had lots of tests, and they just tried to teach you a lot of different things. She mentioned when you pushed the dog down the stairs that they had you evaluated, and she was scared for you then, but it ended up not being a huge deal at the time.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. And there was an area that you guys called the treehouse because you really liked books about the conquest of the Astra Militarum on feral worlds and big trees, and you liked pictures of trees because you never really got to see a ton of those unless you went to the gardens and the spire, and those trees weren't like the ones you read about. And so there was a room that had like a balcony attachment, and you guys called that the tree house and would hang out in there and stuff. So she remembers a very fond childhood. Kind of all she had after she was enrolled into the school.
Well, I envy you a little bit. I don't think Alvis bothered to leave anything happy in my mind. I don't know. Hopefully that memory's real.
Maybe I can give some of that stuff back to you someday.
I don't even know if it matters anymore.
I think it does. I mean, he had me look at lots of memories.
Look at memories.
You guys hear it through the facility, and you hear Thaddeus just starts swearing and whatever. And he gets like thrown back into a wall near where you guys are. And he gets up and he's like, so if you reverse gravity when you're standing next to something and you point it at it, you go the other way really fast. I might have broke my back. he's like crawling, like just doing his thing. And he's like, but I opened your damn door.
Proud of you.
And then you hear like a confirmation ring come from the medical lab, and a servitor is like, Master, the servitor is ready. And he's like, oh, F off.
Good. Let's get going then. We can talk more another time. I think it's more important that we figure out where we are and how to get somewhere less claustrophobic.
She's already over by the door.
Oh.
Just like ran
Hopefully
off.
she was listening.
Cool. Yeah, the servitors like kind of go over that way too and whatnot. And so you go to the door as well, I take it?
Yeah.
Go ahead and do a perception.
Is it a sight-based perception?
Yep.
Doesn't matter. I got a 17, so I passed by like 3.
Okay. Cool. So you stand in the open hatchway, and there is nothing but pure darkness before you.
Oh, even with my good eyes,
What do they do?
they let me see in the dark.
Perfect. So,
I think I have like a range
You're-
of like 30 feet though.
okay, yeah, you're like adjusting and stuff is like calibrating, and you hear this roaring nearby, and it is deafening now. And the lab shudders again, and you actually feel the floor kind of like shift a little bit, almost dumping you out into this nothing.
Okay.
As your eyes adjust, you notice that there's actually a great waterfall pouring out violently to your left. It's bigger than any waterfall you've ever seen. But part of its flow is actually being hindered by the edge of the lab. This must be where the dull roar has been coming from. Kind of feel that vibe. Your eyes follow the source and they calibrate and adjust to the darkness. And your stomach turns over as this waterfall helps you realize that you are hundreds of feet above what looks to be a layer of clouds.
What?
And you look around and you see that this lab appears to be embedded like partially in rock.
Right.
Rock that you realize makes up the sky that's above you.
Right.
And even as you look, a boulder breaks free that's by the edge of the waterfall and plummets away. And it's like as big as a truck.
Oh, Lord.
And you listen and never hear it hit the bottom.
Oh. I don't do well with heights. The history of falling, and it hasn't been great.
Nope. And then peppered all around you along the surface are numberless stalactites. You've never really seen anything like them in your current uploaded memory. And another tremor vibrates through the floor beneath you. Getting kind of obvious the lab doesn't really have long.
Okay.
And Helena looks out over your shoulder and she's like, wow.
Yeah.
She's like, that's dark and horrifying.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I guess it's time to go.
Where are you going? I can't do that. I don't have.
That's a fear test.
Okay.
Like a -10.
Oh crap! I failed then.
Yeah. You're like, oh, nuh-uh.
Well, I'm glad I got to see her again, but I'm not going down
So Thaddeus is going to grapple you. He does an 83. So he actually slams into you with his jetpack. Do an agility test or fall out of the hole.
there. Oh no! I rolled a 1.
You rolled a
I rolled a
Dude,
1.
good job. So you're like, no!
Nope.
And you like hold on to the side of this thing as he's like out and he like hovers in front of you. Like, look, grab my hand. And the whole facility goes,
I am a literal rock. I weigh like 1 billion pounds. You can't hold me up.
that's why he just like bounced off you. And the whole facility just tumbles free.
Okay. 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 There's nothing good about any of this. This is all bad.
This is all bad.
So I can reach out and grab his arm, I guess?
So you You try, and he's just too far away. And the thing goes, woo.
Oh, no.
So you're just like falling, and the doorway is now the open hole behind you, and there's like no getting up.
I can't do anything. I don't have anything. I don't have a jetpack. I don't even have my old grappling hook thing I used to have.
Oh no.
I don't even think that crap would work in this huge armor. Okay. I'm going to yell at Thaddeus to fly faster and get me. Save me.
So he goes to dive after this machine, or not machine, this
Where are the servitors? They're falling out.
They're just like floating behind you like, ah. Can you just imagine?
Oh no.
And so you fall straight through this dark mist, and you guys are just, before long, you're all soaked.
Yeah.
And you think you're gonna die
Yeah.
at that point because it's just mist.
I'm just
Like now you have no proportion of like how much you're falling.
Nope.
After about 20 seconds, you guys will break through the mist and do a perception test.
Nah. I pass by 2 degrees.
Cool. Just open void below you. And you have this like little measuring tape next to you that's the waterfall. It's like down, but you like almost can't see it.
It's endless.
And then like as you're looking, like you can see like some more of those out in this void, and it's kind of giving you some scale.
Yeah.
And it's just huge.
Just multiple waterfalls?
Mm-hmm.
Is this normal water?
This one is. Do you mind?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the praying type.
Like I said.
Maybe I will. Maybe in this moment, the only thing. Dang. The only thing in this moment I might even think is like, I know Helena can read minds. If you can do anything, this would be a good moment. That's all. I can't do her crap. Maybe she's just listening. That's all I'm doing at this point.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what's up.
Nope. Still following. Death awaits.
Wait. And so this fall is just really annoying. Just a long fall.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get better. You can just see stuff racing up towards you, and as you're falling, it becomes clear that the ground you're falling towards is not flat.
Sure.
It's a lot of hills, and you see lots of stalactites. Are those the ones that poke up, or stalactites and mites? Yeah.
Tights are on the ceiling.
Yeah, mites. Yeah, I see stalagmites and whatever on parts of it, and whatever else. And you see that there's actually there's almost not really a city, but something going on over here. There's different lights, and you see a couple other things, and you notice the ground is racing up towards you.
It is coming up quick.
Yeah.
Right. Run out of ideas. Here it comes. Millions of souls about to explode out in the universe again. I'm ready.
All right.
I go to my death slightly peacefully, knowing that I got to see my sister.
Are you closing your eyes?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. I don't want to see myself explode on the ground. No.
All right. So you close your eyes.
Yep. Waiting for it.
Nothing happens.
Second falling?
You want to open your eyes? Cool. Yeah, you're hovering 8 feet above the ground, and that whole facility's still up and around you, behind you.
Oh.
And then it goes and just slams into the freaking ground, and almost puts off a freaking earthquake. And you just look out into the dark, and you're laying on your back in this facility. with your legs like dangling out.
Yeah.
And you see your sister like this, and she goes, and she just comes like running over to you barefoot through this nasty cave. And she's like, "Are you ready to go now?"
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And Thaddeus is just standing there. He's like, "Stop. Stop that." She stopped that.
Have you ever seen anyone do that?
No.
I didn't know that was possible.
We can't even get Deco to be a flashlight.
True. Jeez. Yeah. So that's a thing. And I almost died. Thanks for that. Where were you?
I followed behind the station to make sure I didn't die.
I can't blame you. Fair. Hey, where are we? I don't know anything about this planet. I don't have navigation crap. It must be pretty deep. Do we see any industrial looking stuff down here?
I mean, there's a bunch of like mechanical trash just all around you. And it's really, really dark. It's actually dark enough that Thaddeus is like, and like little lamp, like flashlight thing starts shooting out.
Hey, Melina, what you think of this place? Cool?
It's dirty.
But like a good dirty, right?
No, it's dirty.
Fair enough. My friend can do this really cool thing where he can tell when people are around us. Can you do that? Like, he can feel people around him. Oh no.
I rolled a 9!
I don't know, of course.
Why did I roll a 9?
And it had to be for that power.
It's gonna be so bad.
That makes weird sense. She just is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it, though. I was half waiting for it. All psychers should.
Alright. Oh, that's a 90.
No!
And then a 48.
Like that.
Lane of Zinj.
Alright.
For 15 turns, reality ripples in 78 meters around the psyker. Until the effect ends, at the start of every turn, a character within the area must pass an ordinary +10 willpower test, free action, or they must skip their turn, as they are stretched between time. Characters that fail the test may not use reactions or react to the world in any way until their next turn. Other than the bizarre passage of time, affected people feel no other consequences.
Alright. I mean, that could be worse.
Yeah, so time just gets really weird for a little bit, and I think you guys are at least aware of it. You guys are like, "Mwah," and like your face like stretches, like stuff like that.
We can see the fourth dimension happening.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Oh, so you do that thing too?
What thing?
The breaking reality thing. Deco does that sometimes.
Yeah, I try not to think about it. Sometimes it's fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes it listens.
Oh, well, okay. I don't know what to tell you about that. When Deco does it, we end up murdering each other a lot of the time. So, good to know, I guess. Anyways, Did you see anybody cool nearby?
Yeah, there's that big thing right there.
Where she's playing.
You turn around and there's like this big metal thing that's like climbed up over the edge of this pile. And it's like man-shaped, but it's like 12 feet tall. And it looks like there's a bunch of wires and crap dangling off of it. And there's like, it has a bunch of eyes, but only one of them's lit.
Ah.
And it has an arm that's just a giant rotating saw blade.
Ah. Thaddeus, look at that thing.
Thaddeus is like, hell no. Shoots it with his grav gun. And misses.
Oh. What is it?
I don't know. It looks like some sort of autonoma. Kill it.
Is it? Oh, it's bad. I can do that. All right. I'll pull out my plasma blaster.
Do you have plasma training now?
I do.
Does he? Oh, he does.
Got a range of 60 meters. Take a shot at this guy. Also, where did that targeter thing? Can you just make those or buy one? Is that a normal thing?
There might be one back in there.
The place that just exploded.
Yeah, why did it explode?
It crashed.
It didn't crash. She
set it down.
That's how powerful she is.
Dang, that's extra ridiculous. Guess we'll worry about that later. I'm gonna take a shot though. Yeah. Oh, like super missed. Rolled 59. And I'm using my movement to step in front of Helena.
You see her just like pulling out her rapier and like looking at that thing and looking at the rapier.
No. Not do something with your brain, not the little sharp stick.
So this thing comes down this giant pile of garbage and he's swinging like he takes a slice at Thaddeus. But Thaddeus, like you see his image like split into two, like is those holoclones that he has.
Yeah,
he's got some weird stuff, and he freaking shoots this thing point blank and nails it with the grav gun.
Womp.
This thing has to make a strength test, and it passed, so it just kind of buckles up a little bit. And now it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna do. Was that you can do an aim shot for half action and shoot? All right, I'm gonna aim and then shoot him. Yeah. All right, I passed that time. And the plasma blaster does 2d10 plus 6. Yeah. Oh, that was lame. It was 12 damage with 6 pen.
It eats it.
Okay. That wasn't a very good shot to be fair.
Cool.
4.
Thaddeus is actually going to use his turn, and he turns back to the servitors, and he's like, I need you to harass this target. And the servitors kind of like click in, like, okay, and so they like actually like take off running, and you're actually like a little alarmed at, oh, they're fast.
Fair enough.
Like go running off.
All right.
And it's going to take another swipe at Thaddeus. It would have done a full action, so that I guess would have hit.
Fair.
He's gonna. Oh yeah, well, it was a minus 30 to hit, so no. He's a minus 30 like permanently to hit too. Jeez. So you have to do more than 16, and it's a minus 30 to actually like target him.
That is just ridiculous. But I'm happy for it in the moment. Okay. I will tell.
Can you imagine how trying to kill him would go?
I don't even want to think about it. Part of the reason why I talked to him, like, if he's going to turn on me, I'm going to talk to Helena and be like, if you can do any cool, hurty things, this is the moment, and I'll just take another shot. Wow, I'm, like, really bad with guns. I rolled a 78.
Missed.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, what does she have?
You just like launch him in the air.
I can't do that. She turns around and starts drawing with her sword in the machine dust.
Okay. Thanks.
Thaddeus, I'm gonna fate point that.
Okay.
These dice hate me today. Like, what is the matter? What did I do?
Right when it's time to fight. And we're gonna goof it all up.
He's launching into the air. He's got to get off the ground.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. This armor's a little heavy. Can't do it.
Just use up all your jetpack.
And this autonoma swipes at him again, and it misses. He doesn't have to use his reaction. But then you see this like gun on its shoulder.
Yeah.
Just belch fire. And it's just like this big arc, like.
Oh no.
And Thaddeus is like, ah! And he's gonna use his reaction to jetpack out of the way.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
that's what's gonna pass the test for him. What do you do?
I mean, I'm not bothered by fire, but if Alina's there, I'm gonna.
So you turn around, and she's gone. And you actually, where she was drawing, you just see stuff falling into a hole.
What? There's a hole there?
And you like turn back towards the autonoma, and she comes up out of the air like this.
Whoa.
And she's gonna do a psychic power, precision telekinetics.
Okay.
She got the power.
But it's gonna do more.
For the love of Pete. Okay. Stat of Perils. 29. Scorned Shadow. The shadow of the Psyker in the warp irradiates intense negativity.
Oh no.
Anyone within 56 meters reduces their disposition towards the Psyker by 1 step, resulting in a more difficult fellowship test, and possibly tests less beneficial behavior if the disposition was already very the Psyker for 1 hour. No one can feel the reason for this unless someone passes a senescence test. In that case, the effect for that person is negated.
It's for all of us? Or just for the...
56 meters.
So all of a sudden I'm just mad at her.
Yeah, she just like ran away behind you,
Like,
didn't tell you. And...
Would you please stop doing that? Small child. Also, I cheated a little bit. Plasma Blaster has recharge, so I can only fire it every other turn. Turn to read. But I missed it anyway, so it didn't matter.
Cool. I'll roll for the fire that hits you, and it's not going to do enough to damage you. It does 12 damage with 2 pin.
Yeah,
Wait, let me look at that.
that won't do it.
Yeah, the penetration's 2.
Because I have 9... Well, I guess, does it matter what body part it hit, or does it count towards, like...
Just body.
Then it's not enough, no. Because I got my suppression shield, the cloak, and the armor, which puts my body at 13.
You have to take 13 before you take damage?
Yeah. So
What's your power armor? It should be like 8.
That's what I mean. I got 8 from the body armor, then 4 from the shield, and then 1 from the cloak.
Just 1 from the shield?
4 from the shield.
Oh, 4.
1 from the little
gotcha.
blaster cloak. And then my toughness, so it ends up being like 18 to do damage.
I was like, because Thaddeus, like, he has machine straight 3, which effectively makes him kind of like your shield.
Yeah.
Just everywhere.
So, nope, nothing.
Cool. Thaddeus is going to come down and servo claw this dude in the head.
Yeah. Kill him. Or fail.
Dude. Yes, you're going in timeout. You guys are pissing me off.
Alright.
Oh, okay. So he will succeed with his servo claw all-out attack. Yeah, wait, does he have swift? Because I'll do that instead. No, he's going to do all-out because he freaking just dropped down on this dude to do that.
Sure, that sounds like an
It's
all-out attack.
a little more narrative. So the servo claw, so disgusting. D10 plus 10 damage.
Nice.
So 13 with a penetration of 4. The strength that I add, it actually has its own strength stat, which is strength 50, and then it has the unnatural times 2 strength trait, which means
So
that's
just like plus
10,
10 plus
so
10.
there's 23 damage with 4 pen.
Hopefully that does something.
That ignores 16, and it will take the rest.
7.
Yeah.
Gross. All right. Can't do much more. Is it my turn?
Mhm.
All right. I'm gonna close in on it. See if I can get its attention a little bit. Get as close as possible so I can try and do. I'm gonna use my movement to get up to him. Use my half action to aim. Then another half action to shoot. Would I be able to get close enough to get point blank shot on him though?
You get plus 20.
Okay. Hopefully enough. I'm just gonna use big point. That's bad.
Embarrassing for both of us.
I was rolling pretty good right up until we started fighting. Now it's
Right up until I said I was rolling bad.
it passed by like 8.
You shot him with your plasma thing?
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright. So it will be the. Oh, it's still not. It's exactly 6. Oh, it's 16 with 6 pen.
So it takes 6.
6.
Cool. All right, so this thing goes. You see it click, and then it just takes this saw arm and goes, and it spins all the way around and brings it down on top of Helena.
Oh no!
And she casts a psychic power, telekinetic shield, and so she goes like this, like that, and this saw blade just like hits it, and you see sparks and stuff shooting off everywhere, and it just sits there, like grinding into her. Thaddeus is gonna try and cut its arm off.
Do it.
I have rolled like 5 80s.
That's what I'm doing right now too.
So yeah, he tries to do that, and so he tries to get it with the servo claw. He fails, so he slams into the arm. He's like, oh, and he looks back at the eye, and this thing flames him point blank because he deserves it. And actually, he doesn't even need to roll because it will hit. And Thaddeus, not really in a place to dodge, but 90. Yeah, you don't dodge. Deserves death. Okay, and this thing does 13 damage with 2 pen, but you have to do more than 16.
Alright. I'm gonna try something. Because I don't have a melee weapon. Guns are garbage. Is the axe still like hitting her shield?
It's not an axe, it's a saw blade.
Or a saw blade hitting the shield like it's. Oh, no.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I want to try. Run. Push the saw into its own face.
That's really cool.
I want to tackle it up into itself.
So a grappling action.
Yeah.
Alright, so do a grapple because you're running over to grapple.
That's a strength test, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get like a plus 20 or something.
Oh, 93.
First time. Plus it's muddy and mechanical and you're by a waterfall. Do an agility test.
Oh no, I failed.
Yeah, you fall right in the mud. You also have new legs, like there's a lot of reasons.
There's a lot going on.
A lot going on.
I just fell and thought I was going to die.
This thing is going to reinforce its hydraulics to try and make another attack at her.
Ooh.
And it passes. Does her shield hold? Now Thaddeus, standing right next to this dude, his little megadendrite thing, plasma pistol to the face.
Yeah.
Got a plus 30. It's already headshot.
Yeah.
Now it's a super headshot. What was a plasma pistol freaking thing even? 7.